Damn, okay, Netzik. Hey, welcome back to more Limbus Company. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we fought the first Overseer of La Mancha Land, that being the Barber. And this time we'll be continuing on with Canto 7, wherein the numerous tales of Don Quixote's adventures are recounted. And we'll go into here. That's right, I was gonna go to the sinking team. Obviously, Don is 1. Okay, let's go. Yeah, that works. Go there. You. I think that's fine. Yeah, Sinclair's really bringing the mood down, but whatever. Please, hold on a moment. Can't have a good tale without a proper backdrop and some music to set the mood. With a quick flick of his staff, the mission rapidly shifts and warps everything around us. Episode 1, in which are recounted the most wondrous adventures of Don Quixote. What the hell? Golden Bat Residence? Recall the days of adventure you once lived. Indeed, I faced countless perils and enemies in my tales of adventure. Then how about we share a select few adventures you found particularly memorable? Let everyone see your grand exploits in plain sight. How about this tale then? Let's call it The Hallowed Adventures of Don Quixote at the Night of the White Moon. Ta-da! Night of the White Moon? Is that who you really are? Of course not. I must apologize for my delayed introduction. My name is Sanson, and I'll be your guide on your visit here to La Mancha Land. The Night of the White Moon is nothing more than a role I play. The Night of the White Moon? How do I look? Close enough, would you say? You seem quite peeved if this role will go to someone such as myself. Well then, another actor present here to play this character? A little green, a little incomplete, but with the sign of great potential. I give this role of the Night of the White Moon to you. Huh? Me? Sinclair held his forehead for a moment and looked at his changed appearance in confusion. But that did not last. Even Sinclair's gone quiet, like something's controlling his mind. It appears they've become actors on a stage. As long as that individual is talking, they cannot break character. Is this safe? The paths are to certain river, the tales of which have been only told through legends. Only the Night of the White Moon knew the path to finding it. Don Quixote was merely going as directed by the Night. Excuse me, the trio. I can't forget the dear Rocinante. Each had a very distinct sound of footsteps as well. The Knight experienced its relaxed gait. Rocinante, stoic yet powerful stride. And you, stumbling hither and thither. It is a deep, deep place where no one dares tread. The deepest part of the city, once challenged by countless adventurers, knights, and fixers. A quiet, terribly tranquil place inhabited by only the floating nebulae. We only have a little further to venture. Once we find the river, I'll guide you to the place that will be your residence henceforth. An abandoned lighthouse where no one visits. Please make that place your home. Ah, the Knight has given our hero a place to live. What a kindly knight. Such a loyal friendship brings tears to my eyes. Very well, then I trust thee to lead the— No, you do not have a line here. How was that? One must wonder. Was it the excitement, the anticipation that got your tongue? Well, what most exciting start to an adventure was it? Let's keep things interesting. Shall we move on? Episode 2, which treats Don Quixote's encounter with the bandits. Shut! I can't move! As an observable method, which we may skip this flow to the stage play. We don't have a choice in the matter, then let's at least pay attention to it. Thinking back, we've never actually given much attention to Don Quixote's stories before. We consider them to be too ridiculous, too tiring to listen to. I can think of 1,000 different excuses we came up with to avoid having to listen to her stories. Let's pay attention to Don Quixote's story for once, her story we never knew. In this tale, we look at but one of many, many adventures of Don Quixote. Through the journey, the great adventurer Don Quixote visited many villages. And eventually, the adventurer arrived at the village of shepherds. A village of shepherds indeed. Upon my arrival, I could see plainly that the village was routinely terrorized by a band of highwaymen and raiders. Barely I could see the palpable fear won on the faces of the villagers. Thus I inquired one of them to learn of what plagued themselves. Oh my, you must be the brave and famous adventurer Don Quixote. Please deliver some pain, lord. Alack for woe! Thy wicked caitiffs, the bandits, have fell upon thy village! I, Don Quixote, shan't let past this plain villainy and bullying answered. With the offer I promise thee on all that is I, that I shall rout the no-good bandits from thy village. But there's so many for you to defeat on your own, dear adventurer. Do not let such fear plague thy mind, for there are no adventures in which I, Don Quixote, have not prevailed. Wouldst thou not agree? Ah, hold on a minute. Something feels off, doesn't it? Off doth? Who might you be talking to? The Knight of the White Moon, or perhaps your brave steed Rocinante? Plainly, it must be Rocinante. Many adventures have I braved alongside Rocinante, a friend and compatriot whom I shan't trade for anything in the world. Wouldst thou not agree, dear Rocinante? Yes, your worship, Don Quixote. Greg? You just turned into a horse? Now, let's try to focus on this adventure, shall we? Otherwise, Don Quixote, as brave an adventurer as this hero may be, cannot fend off this whole horde of bandits alone. Indeed, there were too many of them, so it's about the most difficult just as the villagers have feared. Will this plan succeed, your worship? What better plan dost thou suggest, your Rocinante? Well, I don't have a plan or anything. I don't know as much about the ways of adventures as you do, Don Quixote. I just stand as myself, that is manifestly myself, Rocinante. That is to say, that I stand without fear! Still, can't you see that you're terribly outnumbered? And now the back down is not to flee, that with no one to stop their shroud and danger outpaces hope. Shame. It seems that Rocinante was not as brave as Don Quixote, not very compliant for a horse, or a pair of running shoes. Fie on thee, Rocinante! Hold thy tongue! In all the years I have lived and the places I have visited, I am yet to know a pair of running shoes as rebellious as thee. Hast thou not spied enough of my courage to fight them? Then I, Don Quixote, shall prove to thee this instant, Rocinante. Thus I, Don Quixote, leapt to the fray, the likes of which hath not been seen before or thereafter. Flee not, thy ye devious caitiffs! Shouting so I stabbed and stabbed and stabbed with all my strength behind the lance. I love this part of the canto. I love Greg's stupid horse outfit. And, more than anything else, this is so funny. I love this. Like, loves bullying the weak. That's just a passive that he has for the no-good bandit. They're all cardboard cutouts. You get, this music. Honestly, this might be my favorite single battle track in the entire game. This is, I believe, Battle 4 or it's Battle D. I forget how they number it. Like, I don't know. Just it really fits the Spanish vibe. Which, I mean, Don Quixote is Spanish, so like it just fits, you know? I like to listen to it for a bit. Yeah, there's a little bit more difficulty here than I thought it would be, just because of how loud everyone else is, but still. I love this canto so much. Like, I feel like this is the best blend that Project Moon has of their serious subject matter that they have, because obviously, like, there is stuff going on, but also managing to not make it, like, just a depressive slog. Like, I mean, I could see some complaints about this possibly being, you know, too much, maybe, but I think that it's just it's just perfect. The combination of having this lighthearted nature that is befitting Don Quixote, but also still that laid-back attitude that makes it just like, it's a laid-back attitude that fits Don Quixote, but also, like, we know that there's something else going on. I mean, obviously, Murder on the Warp Express kind of showed us that. And the fact that we're dealing with Blood Fiends also showed us that. To put two and two together. But, I don't know, I love this canto so much. I feel like people generally rate it as either the second or third best. It seems like the most common favorite Kanto is 6. But again, I am a Kanto 7 favoritist. Sorry about that, I probably need to get a new Elgato cord, just because mine keeps slipping out. It's very loose in there. Anyways, eventually I managed to wholly purge the village of bandits and return to the peace to where it belongs. Oh, Don Quixote, your worship, I thank you for protecting your village. How may I repay this great favor? The villagers spoke of the reward for this brave adventurer. Of course they did. Expecting a reward for a job well done was the most natural thing indeed. After all, who would do such difficult work for no pay? No need, my good lady. There is no need at all. I've merely done my duty as a righteous fixer. Oh my, for truth? You helped us for free? Not expecting any compensation? Forsooth! For that is the duty of a fixer! Yet, if thou truly wishes to help, then I do have aught to ask thee. Of course. Anything for you, brave adventurer? That is! 'Tis not of any importance, of course. 'Tis, Huh? I can repay you. We don't have much money. Your running shoes look like they could fetch a nice price. Fie on thee! Doth not dole out justice based on the promise of capital. Still, if thou truly wishes to help, then... This memory. Is that Don Quixote? Can't have dead silence on the stage. Let's keep things moving and head on to the next tale, shall we? And there still is more, of course, to the story of Don Quixote. I probably could eventually ask my brother about the general gist of novel, because he's read it. I have not read Don Quixote, but of the adventures really claim upon the helm of Mambrino and the roles that are given. I think he said that him and his wife read it to their kid to have him fall asleep, in which is recounted the manner of Don Quixote and the helmet. Thus continues the adventure of Don Quixote. Relic or whatever it is. Is it even real? One of those bastards lied to us. Nay, such cannot be true, for they would not lie to their very deliverer. I am certain the relic is near. The pair are clearly searching for something, but pray, what might that be? I beseech thee, fellow traveller of the road, dost thou know aught about the tale of a local tale of a noble and knightly helm with the absolutely and incandescently resplendent Mambrino? If you're looking for that whatever helmet, you might want to go up to that little hill over yonder, walk along the trail all the way into the cave, and keep going deep till you find the helm. The folks out here say, my lord. Very well, then I shall march to that cave post haste. Thus, Rocinante and I journeyed into that cave in search of the legendary helm. 'Twas indeed, forsooth. One of the trials that dared to stand away in our path was a big, scary bear. Behold, dear Rocinante, that creature there must be the man-eating bear of the tales which we have heard so much of. How long am I going to be in this get-up? It's pissing me off! Let's see you sort it! I am beholding it. You can handle it, right? It's like you always do. Verily, a mere beast such as that bear shan't match our strength! This is the real hardest battle in the entire game, and only exclusively because of one passive. First of all, it is against the big scary bear. Grr. Grr. Listen, you shortage, grr. And nothing. Well, can we stop now? But really, the biggest, most difficult passive in a clash. The opponent might lose 1 SP. Maybe. I don't actually know what the odds are. But I love this encounter. It's so stupid in the best way. It's just ridiculous, and again, it's funny because of that. I think there are actually, yeah, see? Oh my god, that actually Oh, that is the funniest possible result. It knocked Don into negative coin. Oh my god, it knocked Queen of Hatred Don into negative coin. That is the best possible result. Ah, no, she did regain. Oh yes, the status actual bear. I love this encounter so much. It's so goofy in the best way. See, like, I would like to do a different team, but I just don't have the equipment for it. Thus we vanquish the bear and claim the fabled helm of Mambrino. Really? A bear? I can obliterate these poor animals in less than 3. Oh, please. What is the fun in that? We shall battle this fell beast like from the books. Helm? These stories are actual adventures of Don Quixote? It's Don Quixote. Not once have we truly given you a chance to regale us with your tales of adventure. You've only talked about adventures of other Pixars. We should persistently nag us about our own adventures. I'm not sure, let's keep listening. And the fact that Heathcliff plays the bear is top tier. Just want to check what IDs we have. Yeah, we do have some stuff for Tremor, but not really. I don't really, let's see, we could do a little bit of, we could do non-Haisha Rupture, I suppose. There are, I'll think about it, See what I can grab. Of the very nice discussion that was had between the manager and the magician. What just happened? I started saying the lines like I've known them by heart. Like we're almost hypnotized by something. Not so real as though we're really there. I know this sounds absurd, but I clearly remember transforming into a horse. Pair of running shoes somehow. I saw myself up there. Strange. How wonderful was that story? At least it's one much more than the juvenile, naive story of peace and happiness between humans and blood fiends that this place has to tell. So, where did you place that precious helm? If I had such a precious artifact myself, I would be wearing it on my head every single day. Tragically, the helm ill fit my head. I had no choice but to leave it in my warehouse. Most likely. Shame, shame. Why did you not keep a close eye on something so important? Something you had gone through so much to claim. You might regret the want of it someday. As much as I would like to hear what comes next, this seems to be where I bid you all adieu. I will open the entrance to Area 2, as promised. I'm sure there aren't any other blood fiends who are as honest about their promises as I am. Wicked blood fiend! How dare! Don Quixote's rage resumed just as the story had ended. She was still stuck in place as the little tail hadn't left her body just yet. How exciting. What new tale shall get you in the next area, I wonder? Well then, I hope you enjoy La Mancha Land's next area. A righteous adventure of Justice Don Quixote. What was that? That wasn't a Golden Bower sense, was it? It felt something different. No idea what he did to all of us, but we were helplessly frozen in place, though we all collectively hypnotized. It's like this when we entered Yi Sang's Phalanx, right? Quite. We could then well tell that it was merely a reenactment of a tale with a pre-written script that we read of our own volition. Maybe it has something to do with that blood fiend's special ability? Maybe he took advantage of Markland's Golden Bower resonating with a certain singer of Minos, and inserted his own power there to cause this phenomenon. Should probably steer clear of that blood fiend. Faust. We can't continue the story. We shouldn't. And have the courage to tell him what I've been thinking this whole time. That Don Quixote, the hero of the story in which he vanquished the bandits and protected an innocent village, that Don Quixote, whose eyes twinkled with sheer excitement at the thought of taking down La Mancha Land, will eventually be forced to spill before every sinner. And she's a second kindred blood fiend. However, Dante, the blood fiend hath given us the slip. Alas! We have dealt a fatal blow against one of them, and managed to activate the device we had intended to access. It's a very successful mission thus far, I say. She was back to her usual energetic self. There comes a time when one must awaken from their dream. But Faust's answer seemed to be pointing towards something else. Once the button was pressed, a low rumble emanated from around us. A large passageway slowly emerged before us, like gargantuan parts of a great machine, ponderously clinking into place. Let us hasten to the subsequent canto of this epic. Oh, she said the thing! That's the name of the chapters! Cantos! And they said the dream! It's called the dream ending! Oh my gosh! When the sinners each share their impressions of the haunted mansion. No, tease me not. Jest me not as though my venture is one for fools. I have already explained to you that you do not know of true adventure. We shall soon offer a path of suffering its intensity unprecedented monumental. Do you not see the grand gate of adventure risen, unlatched before us? Thus silence your prattling and resume your preparations. Let us leave post-haste. This is quite odd, however. Since when was Roshinante given the gift of speech? Well, we had our reservations. We took the path Sansone opened for us and made it to the next area. What about Zichun and the other fixers? They were assigned Area 2, right? I hope they're right. Yeah, Zichun will be okay. Oh, that reminds me. I have a funny family in-joke to share. Let's hear it. It goes like this. Any of our siblings who managed to survive their up on their own to the age of 13 in our household will probably be A-OK even if they were tossed down in the middle of the outskirts. Okay, we should hurry. Yeah, but Area 2 is just as bad, if not worse than Area 1. Something bad would happen to your sister in front of your eyes. Yeah, then we'll get their remains and lay them in their final resting place when I return home, wherever that may be. Jin would have done the same for me. Yeah. Anyway, whew, isn't this place a bit drafty, fellas? The place feels very different from Area 1. Like Area 1, which is extremely gaudy and overtly decorated. This place is teeming with ominous, depressing silence. This place is... how should I put it? It's eerily quiet. A little spooky, even. This is a good kind of quiet. You know, what if it's just quiet down here because the fixers who made it here first always took out all the blood fiends? That's pretty suffocating just to sit here not knowing who won the fight. Or if there even was a fight. It's trying to get out of that all missing persons posters. What time do you have them until the launch line closes? 5 hours by my estimation. Nice, nice. I'd say we're moving at a decent pace. We're the first group that managed to activate their area's device. Didn't suffer some losses. We've only proved a traitor in our midst. Yet, aught sits ill at the back of my mind, still. It was not as though we'd passed the first area by our own will and effort. It was the command of the man that magician's office which we were made to pass through. He was a pretty weird blood fiend. Right? And I couldn't quite tell what it was, but there's something familiar about him. Something familiar? I guess it did seem kind of familiar to Ryoshi in that artsy-fartsy way. Ryoshi quietly let out a cloud of smoke, and briefly lingered mid-air before turning to a bizarre shape. That's cute. Is it a cat-shaped plume? It's you. The weep begins sniveling. Expression of the consequences should you mistranslate me in the future. This place is pretty neat. What's it? Look here on the map. We have an infirmary. I guess injured on the ride. I guess you need a moment to calm down. Our blood fiends who are in urgent need of blood. You can find up here. Isn't that awfully nice of them? They said the launch line was intended to be where blood fiends and humans could peacefully, happily coexist. Maybe a long time ago, it really did work for a while. Just going to the descriptions on this map. Nonsense! 'Twould be an impossible task, most evidently. Adventure such as this cannot possibly exist in any tale of Don Quixote. But to coexist with villains? Absurd. The subject of the mind of a case Lord Siegfried at once resolved. A battle on top of a bridge it was. Back then, the villains suggested a compromise most devious, nothing like the one suggested by the wicked ones who inhabit this place. They sought to seduce him with promises of riches and power to have him stand with them. Yet Lord Siegfried refused to bend his knee. He answered that question with a mighty socking against the villain's jaw. That 1 hour out of the battle? Isn't that pretty obvious that it was staged? And declared thusly, Thou shalt make a purchasable product of I, Siegfried, with thy contemptible money! Just in case you couldn't hear that. And follow the super special laser beam cannon at the villain! Attention, men! Timely intervention notice put a stop to Don Quixote's story. There remains a blood bag strewn about in close proximity to this attraction. It's called, Haunted Bloody Mary. Is this one of those haunted mansion attractions? Claire, do you think these haunted mansions have actual... Stop right there. My parents took me to amusement park too, okay? So I don't think you can use this lesson to tease me or scare me. Like, it's a genuine question. I've never been to an amusement park, you know? I'm sorry. Don't you worry about it. Does this actually have ghosts or not? I'm fairly sure there's some pretty cheap-looking animatronics or mannequins or worse. As attractions of that category often admit guests of all ages, including children, they do not place real paranatural entities such as ghosts inside them. However, they often install various tools and visual effects to simulate fear responses of their guests. Yeah, these are usually family attractions. Where's your family? Your siblings? I never had one. Not even on the day I was born. I've only known the cold, the loneliness. Then let me grant you the will to live. The family I shall grant you will forever be by your side. Come with me. I also think they do a really good job of like setting up these foreshadowing. Well, not necessarily foreshadowing because it's not super obvious in what they are, but whatever. Oh, jeez, that's a lot of words. But words that we will read next time. We might have an entirely new team by then. Who knows? But until then, see you guys later.